Greetings, friends, and good morning. I just wanted to do a real short video, 5 minutes tops. But I've just been thinking a lot about this passage that we read as part of our study from the book of Ezekiel yesterday. Let me just go through it again here. I'm going to start from the front of chapter 9, from the very first verse. Ezekiel is seeing this vision of the judgment that's coming. And it says, "And he cried also in my ears with a loud voice, saying, Cause them that has charge over the city to draw near, even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lieth toward the north, and every man a slaughtering weapon in his hand. And one man among them was clothed in linen, with the writer's inkhorn by his side. And they went in, and they stood beside the brazen altar. And the glory of the Lord, the glory of the God of Israel, was upon the cherub, whereupon he was, to the threshold of the house. And he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof." And so there's this mercy for people who are genuinely vexed, genuinely disturbed by the abominations and the wickedness that's taken place in their culture. They look at it and they're just, they're grieved because they have the Spirit of God. And so that reminds me, after 2 Peter, he's talking about Lot, and how Lot was so upset and disturbed. His spirit was vexed day to day by the things going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. It says, "For that righteous man dwelleth among them, and seeing and hearing vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished." There's this idea that even in the midst of God's great judgment, he knows how to preserve, how to deliver the godly out of that harm's way. And there's no better evidence of this than in the book of Revelation, because you have the sealing, right? And multiple times here, if we go through, we have it in chapter 7, chapter 9, chapter 13, chapter 14, it talks about it. Chapter 20, it talks about it. Those who were sealed, and even though the whole world is receiving wrath and judgment, they're protected, right? In chapter 7, it says, "Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of God on their foreheads." So in this moment, the angels are being told, don't do the thing yet until we've sealed those, put the seal of God on their foreheads. And it was commanded, now we get to chapter 9, it was commanded that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God on their foreheads. So now the only judgment that's happening right now are those who are not sealed, who do not have the seal on their foreheads. And remember, in Ezekiel, he says, go mark their foreheads. Go mark the foreheads of the men who sigh and cry about the abominations taking place. But anyway, God knows how to deliver the godly. And according to Ezekiel, one of the things that separates them from the rest of the culture is that they're actually grieved by the abominations. What we're seeing in our culture today is the opposite. We're seeing an embracing. We see people call themselves Christians while embracing wickedness, embracing evil, advocating for it. So I mentioned Romans chapter 9. I'll just pull it up for you on the fly here. Or not Romans chapter 9. What was it? Romans 1? So let's look at We'll start with the King James Version. Who, knowing the judgment of God, that they who commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, right? Not only those who do the things worthy of God's judgment, but those who have pleasure in them that do them. So according to God, according to the scriptures, there's the evil of actually committing the abominable acts, but the same attitude, judgment, is held towards those who also find pleasure in what those people are doing. Again, this is what the scriptures teach, like it or not. The good news is, even in times of severe judgment, which may be upon our own generation very, very soon, the promise is that God knows how to deliver the godly in the midst of that, while reserving the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. I pray you've been blessed by this video. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm trying, the podcast is usually just audio, but I also release shorts on this channel now, which are full video. And so there's a lot here. There's a decade worth of content here for you to be blessed by. So please hit that subscribe and like button. Thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you soon. God bless.